What's going on, TJ Fitness Dealings Reviews, and together with me today, Brothers Relentless version 2. Brothers Relentless is reborn, and listen people, I'm gonna take you through what's different here, and really honestly there's a lot of different stuff. They basically changed the formula just like a lot of other companies that had to go through the removal of DMHA and a couple of other things. They needed to come up with a different formula. This was just launched, so I'm gonna take you through the label. I'm gonna share with you my personal experience using this one for the last week or so. I think I did get one of the first tubs out there. And then right towards the end of the video, I'm gonna give you my final verdict. Let's get right into it. Okay guys, so you know a lot of companies, fortunately, unfortunately, you can whatever curse the FDA, do some voodoo shit. Anyway, DMHA to a large extent is gone if you want to do a couple of things. If you want to sell on Vitamin Shop, if you want to sell on Amazon, if you want to sell on internationally, if you want to sell also here in the US and not get into trouble with the FDA in the future, then DMHA is gone. Brothers Relentless V1, this is V2. I reviewed probably like 6 months on the channel, and I really liked it. It had DMHA in it, and it was really a good pre-workout. It had DMHA, it had alpha-yohimbine. It was sort of hardcore. It was lower end on the caffeine. It had like 225 milligrams of caffeine, but all in all, it was a good experience. It was a very prolonged experience, and I really liked it. And they had to reformulate because they're selling mostly on the Amazon website, and you can't sell DMHA today on Amazon. Doesn't matter who you are. So they went through a new type of formula, and this is Brothers Relentless V2. So listen guys, this was just launched a week ago and I got my hands on it. Let me take you through the label. I'm not really gonna tell you what's different here because to a large extent, and I'm gonna put two labels here for like a few seconds, this is a totally new formula really. So they had to go through a real full revamp of what they're going to offer. So as far as the formula itself, let's go, area by area. So the first thing as far as pumps, you get L-citrulline at 4 grams, which is solid L-citrulline. You get taurine at 1 gram, which is, again, I like it. And they did add, which both of them, by the way, were in the previous version. They added 1 gram of agmatine, which I like. So I personally react very well to the combination of a good amount of L-citrulline plus a good amount of agmatine. L-citrulline by itself doesn't do a lot to me, and there's a few of you out there that would react like that to agmatine plus L-citrulline. Beta-alanine at 3.2, I've said it enough times on my channel, and I just like beta-alanine. I like the tingling, I like what it does, I like the way it interacts with caffeine, I like that sense of urgency it gives me. The feeling, the tingling thing. I like the tingling thing. 3.2 is exactly what you want to see. Let's get into the stimulant plus focus element. So what they've done, they had to remove the DMHA. They decided also to remove alpha-yohimbine. It had 2 milligrams of alpha-yo there. Personally, I like alpha-yo. 2 milligrams, 2.5 milligrams of alpha-yo is exactly where I want to see it. Again, personal level, some of you guys might be sensitive to alpha-yo. I like alpha-yo. I like the way that it interacts with caffeine. I like that feeling. They decided to take it off. I guess part of it is because some people don't like alpha-yohimbine and they decided to try and create like a good feeling without it. But here's what they did do. So they upped the caffeine to 275 milligrams. They added dynamine. So at 40%, 100 milligrams. So you get 40 grams of dynamine. Dynamine has been promoted as this whole new big thing on stimulants, like it's an improved version of T-Queen. Listen, guys, long story short, I think dynamine is a good ingredient. I like what it does together with caffeine. As far as the amount here, probably you want to see sometimes a bit more than 100 milligrams of, like 40 milligrams basically of dynamine because it's 40% the extract. Listen, I like dynamine. I don't think it's that thing that's going to replace DMHA, DMAA or whatever, but it's a good ingredient. If you like the way the T-Queen plus caffeine reacted, then I think you're going to like dynamine. It's not like a big thing, but it's good to have it here. Anyway, more caffeine, and they added dynamine, no DMHA. What they did add is L-norvaline, they had added hordenine, there was theobromine at 50 milligrams, there's still theobromine at 50 milligrams, and then huperzine at 200 micrograms, which was exactly like it was in the previous version. So as far as the stimulant package, to a large extent, what you're getting is, you're getting the caffeine, 275 milligrams. So theoretically, not a lot of caffeine. A lot of you guys are saying, what the hell, man? I want to have like a package that is 500, 600 milligrams of stimulants, between DMHA, Araya, or whatever. So on the surface of things, there's not a lot of stimulants here. So this is not like a steam heavy package. Another thing that you're not seeing here is a lot of these focus elements, right? Like L-tyrosine, alpha GPC, or whatever. Like there's not a lot of any focus elements here, basically beyond the hordenine, which is at 75 milligrams, right? 75 milligrams. So theoretically, you're relying here mostly on the caffeine and the dynamine for the steam, the focus, all of that stuff. Anyway, that's what they came up with. Let me share with you my personal experience. So the flavor I have here is Blackberry Lemonade. I really like this flavor. I can tell you, I think you're going to enjoy it. It's not like you're going to drink it just because you missed it. But as far as a pre-workout with stimulants in it, this is a good flavor. I think you're going to like it. I don't think anyone's going to have a trouble with that flavor. As far as the actual experience. So listen, first I'm judging this not in relation to the previous version, because like I just walked you through, this is a very different formula. So except the name, the label design, and the V2, there's nothing really that's the same. So as far as a pre-workout, listen people, there's hope. There's hope. You know, Iron Brothers, the guys, the brothers, I think I'm not sure they're brothers. By the way, Iron Brothers, comment below. I know one of you guys, but I don't know if you have a brother. So, but anyway, Bringer of Gains, that's the handle on Instagram, by the way. That's a great handle, man. Anyway, listen, as far as the experience, I really like what this thing brings to the table. Listen, you know, if you would take this and put it in front of the previous version, it would be a very different experience, but this experience, I have to say, is as good as the original DMHA version. Let me tell you, like, as you know, if I added all the points together, if it was a points game, this hits you relatively fast. So 10 minutes into it, you start feeling the tingling, you start getting into the zone. As far as the way that the energy hits you, it doesn't hit you right away. It takes about 20 minutes to peak, which I like. Like you start your workout, you start like pumping iron, and then 20 minutes into it, you start saying, ooh, what just happened? You get that hit on the head that actually gets you to go harder. As far as the pump, I really like what the pump package brings here. I think you have just enough of the pump package. As far as the focus, there's not really like that tunnel vision focus, because there's really nothing here that would bring you there. I didn't get that mood elevation that you would get with DMHA. What I did get, and I really liked, you get an intense feeling of wanting to work out. And honestly, at the end of the day, that's what you want from a pre-workout. You just want to feel it. So I would say, like, if someone let me use Iron Brothers Relentless V2, and they would let me use both of the versions, like the previous version, the OG version, and this version, I honestly, like, I wouldn't know which one to choose. Both of them were really good. The first one had more of the mood elevation, and it had a very prolonged effect. Like it lasted for a good couple of hours. This one just hits you a bit harder even. Probably it's the 275 milligrams of caffeine plus the dynamine. Just that combination together, maybe with the hordenine, something just clicks. It, again, like I said, it takes a bit of time to peak, so you'll need to wait like 20-25 minutes. But once it hits you, it's super consistent energy. And for 275 milligrams of caffeine, this hits you hard. This hits you hard. Now, so again, don't expect like Ares mood elevation. There's nothing here that would get you. And like I said, the focus is not there. But this is one of the most enjoyable traditional steam package that I've had in a long time. And for me, this means that there's hope, really. Like, you know, there's a company, they had to reformulate. They had a good thing going for them. They had to reformulate, and they came out with a very good pre-workout. So I think, you know, Iron Brothers Relentless version 2 pre-workout is right out there with the traditional stimulant pre-workouts that are coming out there. This is definitely something I would look to if I'm looking to like refresh my arsenal of pre-workouts or just cycle off some stuff. Listen, brothers, I think that you've done a good job with the Relentless V2, so congratulations on that. As far as where you can buy it, generally speaking, you can find it on Amazon. I'm going to link to the product page on Fitness Deal News on the description below, so you can find the best prices, and if there's a discount, you'll know about it. It's 30 served, by the way, and it retails for $39.99, I believe, but I'm not sure. Just check the product description below. Overall, like I said, go check it out. Listen, people. If this video was helpful in your relentless decision-making process, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more reviews like this, where we find out what's happening, what got reformulated, and did the reformulation go correctly, subscribe to the channel. And if you want to save money on Relentless or any pre-workout out there, you go to Fitness Deal News. We find the best prices, we compare them, we find the deals, you save money.